Okay, here's something I just found out. Well, not just found out, but I just remembered that I found out. It gets confusing, doesn't it? There's a movement in the Democratic Party. I don't know from where it's coming from, but there's a movement to draft Michelle Obama for president. Now, I think she would be excellent. I think she's perfectly qualified, better than her husband was, and better than Biden is. But I don't think she really wants to do it. I think from what I've read that the whole family is done with politics. I mean, I think they learned a lesson when he was president that how dirty and filthy and disgusting politics can get, and they don't really get that involved. She hasn't really been involved in anything. I mean, she could have become one of the Supreme Court justices, but I don't know if she was ever truly considered or what. But she's immensely qualified for that as well. I think that's where she might be the happiest. I don't believe that president would make her happy, although it would make me happy and a good portion of the country. I think she would be a great first woman president. I think she would just be a great president, and I don't think. And the first thing she does is get rid of Kamala Harris as the vice president and find somebody that's got half a brain. But that's just my opinion. This whole thing is just my opinion. Um, I have no facts to speak of. People tell me when they look at me, they say, a little knowledge is very dangerous. And I said, well, that's good because I think that's what this country needs. Is somebody dangerous, not in the way Trump is, but in the way somebody that really wants to help the country. Not sure what's going to happen with that draft movement, if she would accept it if she was elected. But the Democrats have to do something because I'm not sure Biden's going to be coherent by the time they roll around to the national election, unless they do what they did with Colonel what was his name? Colonel Sanders from KFC, and when he first started to get senile. And I remember this because I dated the girlfriend of this nurse who worked in the hyperbaric chamber in St. Barnabas Hospital in Livingston, New Jersey, and they used to fly him in by helicopter to flood his brain with oxygen, and apparently that would help with the senility for a few days or weeks or whatever. So and maybe they'll do the same thing with Biden, but I think that would become a national catastrophe if they did that. I like Joe. I think he's a nice guy. I think he's my age, and I think he's got the same cognitive problems that I do. I had a friend of mine over yesterday to watch the Super Bowl, and I have some problems with I can't see. There I go again. I forgot it again. I know it begins with a V, but I can't remember it. And this was what's happening to me yesterday. I forget things. Now most things I can remember. This, for whatever the reason, I couldn't get it back. I had it back this morning, and now it's gone again. It's a disease that affects your equilibrium and what have you. But that's an old age disease too. I mean, it's a young person's, but it's also an old age. Like I was telling him, I get easily distracted. If I'm doing this, and my wife comes in and says something to me, I'll forget what I'm talking about. And I'll have to go back over everything again, and I lose my train of thought. And I think that's Biden's problem. I wish Trump would lose his train of thought. Instead of just flipping out all the time with this stupid, disgusting remarks he makes, and that makes him a cool president. I'm reaching a point where I think he needs to just be removed one way or the other. If you get my drift, I mean he's just getting to be too much of it's too much of a potential Hitler sitting there, and I don't want to live through that for a day. Never mind having my grandkids spend a lifetime trying to get rid of that guy. So anyhow, the point of this video is they're gonna possibly do this, and my question that I put out on the internet just a little while ago was, if she's drafted and if she appears on the ballot, would you vote for her, or would you stick with the main Democratic Party with involving Biden and Kamala Harris? You know, or would, I don't think anybody I'm talking to right now would go vote for Trump. I think, you know, they'd rather vote for Hitler if he was still around. So anyhow, that's the way it's going today. That's my video for today, and I'll be back tomorrow. And hey, have a good one.